This is the exact system I used to not think about girls as a Muslim teenager while still being in a co-class. So first of all, let me make a guess about who you are. You're a Muslim teenager who has just recently found out about self-improvement, or he is already on self-improvement. So if you are on self-improvement, you expect your life to get better every single year. Of course, like every single year, you're going to read more books. You're going to increase your level of iman. You're going to like start praying more. You're going to read more Quran. You're going to like learn more. You're going to go to the gym more. Your physique is going to get better. Your like business is going to get better. Every single year, you're going to improve. Like for example, just 2 years ago, I was so skinny that my friends could hold my entire arm in their closed fist, and now they can't. Alhamdulillah. So this means that every single year our life is going to improve. Like, of course, sidelining any major accident, sidelining all of those things every single year, our life is going to improve. Now, this is going to sound like an insult, and it would have to me as well. But do you agree with me that you right now, you, the one watching this video, you are the worst version of yourself there will ever exist? Think about it. Because you're on self improvement, you expect your life to get better every single year. And so you right now are the worst version of yourself there will ever be. But then we know that like attracts like, and like is for like. We also have an ayat from Surah Nur, actually two ayats, but we're only going to talk one. Like, Al-Khabithatu lil-Khabithina wal-Khabithuna lil-Khabithat وَالطَّيِّبَاتُ لِلطَّيِّبِينَ وَالطَّيِّبُونَ لِلطَّيِّبَاتِ. I'm not going to translate it because I'm already pretty sure that you already know the translation of this ayat. And so, what both of these things mean is that you right now cannot get the level of girl you want. No, 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 no. She's not, bro. She's not an 11 out of 10. No, she's not. Because tell me, if let's say you are a 5 out of 10 right now, I hate to use these like out of 10 analogies, but it's just so that you can understand. Now, okay, this is a deep psychological concept. I don't know if I should talk about it or not. It's not haram or anything like that, but people don't want to talk about it. That's just it. Like, there's nothing haram in it or anything like that. Uh, let's talk about it. It might get me cancelled. Let's hope it doesn't get me cancelled. But it's not haram, and so I don't care. I really want to change your life, and like I really want to hit this point home. There's a deep psychological concept, and don't blame me and don't cancel me. Cancel science and psychology for this. That men date downwards. So let's say you are a 5 out of 10 right now. Now, the woman you are going to like, you're going to be able to attract right now, the girl you're going to be able to attract right now is going to be maximum a 5 out of 10. Not even a 5 out of 10 most of the times. It's gonna be a 4 out of 10. Now, people don't like to talk about this, and I'm not being red pill or anything like that, but that's true. That's science. So this means that you right now cannot get the girl you really want. You right now cannot get your like 9 out of 10 or like 11 out of 10, the one you really want. You cannot get. It's not possible for you to get because you right now are a 5 out of 10. Like a really black swan event is something else. Like sidelining that, it's not possible for you to get the one you want. But this doesn't mean that you should wait like till the age of 100 so that you can like get your maximum oil results or like whatever. No, that it doesn't mean that. Now this is a huge concept that how long should I wait and all of that stuff, and I'm going to be making a separate video. Oh, actually I already have made a separate video on this topic. Like, so the next video I release related to this topic, I'm going to talk about this concept in that video. But what this does mean is that wait, just wait for now. Because if you are an ambitious young Muslim and you are on self-improvement and you really expect your life to get better every single year because you're really obsessive about this and you are serious with self-improvement, you cannot get the girl right now you want. You cannot get your 11 out of 10 right now. And since we're Muslims, we don't like mess around in this area. We're not like the Western people in this area. You know what I'm talking about. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to adopt this self-image of I don't do women right now. And that right now is really important. So let's say that guys in your class are talking about this stuff, even though they should not be talking about this stuff because they're Muslims. But we all know that they do talk about this, and we cannot stop them from talking about this. And so let's say that guys are talking about this, and then they ask you, bro, who's your crush? Who do you like? You just tell them, I don't do women right now. And if they don't ask you that, if they are talking about this topic, you just keep repeating in your mind again and again to stop these thoughts from coming up that I don't do women right now. I don't do women right now. And you want to know how serious I am with this. I want you to go to the description of this video, and then there is my personal Instagram account. I want you to click on that account, and I want you to go and read my bio. Click the more option, and there you will see something, and that will show you how serious I am with this. I'm not just telling you to take this step, but I first go and implement that thing, and then I come and teach you. But to be honest, it's not like that now you know these bunch of facts. It's not like you're not going to think about girls, and you're not going to get those thoughts, because that's natural, and you don't have to be angry at yourself. Getting these thoughts is not haram. Even Islam says that. And so because you're a young Muslim, you're going to get these thoughts. It's supernatural. Don't say that don't call yourself an idiot or anything like that because you're getting these thoughts. But for that, let me explain to you the 3 steps of meditation. And no, I'm not going to tell you to start meditating in this video. Relax. So the first step of meditation is that you sit down and you are focused at your breath. The second step is you lose your focus and you really start indulging in that thought, but you don't know that you are indulged in that thought right now. The third step is you realize that you have lost your focus on your breath, and then you bring your focus back to your breath, and you come back to step 1 again. Now, what people think that the most important step of meditation is step number 1, so them being focused on their breath. But in reality, the most important step of meditation is step 3 to 1, in which you bring your focus back to your breath. Now, relating to our topic, you being focused on your work and not thinking about girls is not the most important thing. The most important step is you thinking about girls, you getting those thoughts, you not thinking about that intentionally, but you unconsciously getting those thoughts, and then you bringing your focus back to your work. That's the most important step. And so this means that you have to first of all stop being angry at yourself for getting these thoughts, because it's like you're being angry at yourself for being a man. You're being angry at yourself that why am I a man? So first of all, stop being angry at yourself for getting these thoughts. And then secondly, as soon as you get these thoughts, you want to just manually, without even thinking for a second, you just want to bring your focus back to whatever you are doing. And then remind yourself during that meantime that I don't do woman right now. Just repeat this phrase again and again in your mind. But one note here is that you must not consciously indulge in those thoughts and cope that yeah, this is the most important step. After I indulge in these thoughts, I'm going to bring my focus back to my work, and yeah, this is the most important step. No. Now, to be really detailed and autistic, let's say that you are studying. No, maybe let's say that you are either sitting in class if you are in a co-class, or maybe let's say you are preparing your ghazals. If you don't know what a ghazal is, it's basically a romantic poem in Urdu. So you're preparing that thing. Okay, now you're preparing those, or you're sitting in your class, and then you start getting these thoughts. As soon as you get these thoughts, first of all, you don't be angry at yourself. You don't say that, okay, why am I getting these thoughts or anything? No. You get these thoughts. You don't get angry at yourself. And then you, without thinking anything, you bring your focus back to whatever you are doing. Back to preparing those poems, or those ghazals, or back to that lecture that you're sitting in right now. And I know this is a lot easier said than done, but that's the only way. And I'm pretty sure I can guarantee you, and heck, I'm going to even warn you that it will happen again within 5 seconds. It might happen again within 5 seconds. But when it does happen again, what do? You be angry at yourself? No. You don't get angry at yourself, but you do the same thing again. I know you have to do this again and again, but it's the best way, and it's the only way. And every single time you bring your focus back to your work, and you stop yourself from indulging in those thoughts. Every single time you do that, your focus is going to get better. And so, if you want to join a community of like minded people, Muslims who are on self improvement, click the first link if you're a male and click the second link if you're a female to join those communities. And so, do good, and inshallah, I will see you in Jannah.